welcome to Franklin Pierce Stadium for another South Puget Sound football game tonight between the visiting Clover Park Timberwolves and the home Franklin Pierce Cardinals. Teams are the captains are at midfield right now for the coin toss. And while that's going on, we'll introduce ourselves. I'm Roland Robinson. With me is Ace Wheeler.
Hello.
Ace knows everything about actually, our sidekick here is not on headset. Ken Whitko knows everything about the officials. We will tell you here. Okay, Franklin Pierce is going to receive the opening kickoff. We know that. And Clover Park obviously will then be the kicking off. The Timberwolves used to be called the Warriors, so if I get that wrong tonight and call them the Warriors, you know that it's because there has been a recent name change. And just force a habit, I'm used to calling them the Clover Park Warriors, but they are the Clover Park Timberwolves. Their players were out earlier warming up on the field, now returning from the locker room after a brief meeting. We are about set here to see the national anthem, and when we do that, we're going to step away, and we'll be back in just a couple moments.
You don't have the chat up. Let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go?
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. I thought you were on my team.
The day that JD was injured, I had woke up to a odd phone call. It was the military calling to tell me that he had stepped on an IED.
My role in the Army was I was an infantry scout. I was a squad leader for a recon element.
The Army doesn't really prepare you for injuries. They either prepare you for the soldier to come home or not to come home at all. They don't prepare you for the in-between. There's things that I do for him that is considered caregiving that to me is considered just loving him.
The day I got injured, she got wounded as well. And the veterans wouldn't be the men that we are and the women that we are today if it wasn't for our better half helping us every direction we go.
The Coalition to Salute America's Heroes helps severely wounded or disabled veterans just with basic needs such as emergency financial aid. For our family specifically, they tremendously helped us out with employment through their Heroes Thinking Heroes program.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
All right, we're set here for getting set here for the kickoff of our game between Franklin Pierce and Clover Park this evening. Ace, you have any thoughts about what we would expect to see tonight?
Well, Franklin Pierce and Clover Park are only 3-2 and 2-3, so hopefully some good, clean football tonight, this evening. But honestly, that's all I want to really see today. Good, clean football.
Okay. Franklin Pierce comes in with actually a 4-2 record, 3-2 in league, and Clover Park is 3-3 overall. So both teams have had some success, it looks like, this year. And we will see what transpires tonight. Clover Park now set for the kickoff. Franklin Pierce has two receivers deep at about the 15-yard line. Kicker's waiting permission, and here we go. Kind of a squib kick, short.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to start off the game. Start off with a short squib kick there.
Almost like an onside kick, but the ball is actually covered by number 21 for the Franklin Pierce Cardinals. That's George Luters. And the Cardinal offense here takes the field. First down and 10 to go from the 43-yard line. Their own 43. Nice night for football. Very sparse crowd here at the stadium so far, and not a lot of Clover Park fans either. A little unusual having a Thursday night game. undoubtedly because of the issues with scheduling refs and ref availability. Real tight formation for Franklin Pierce, but quarterback drops back into the pocket and has a receiver wide open downfield, overthrows him, incomplete.
Just barely overthrows the receiver. One way to open up the game.
Sam Faust, number 5, is the quarterback, and number 6, Tony Oleoni Silva, was the intended receiver on that play. He was out there and open. If the quarterback had dropped that just a little shorter, it would be 6 points for Franklin Pierce. So a nice opening play, only it didn't work out too well for them.
And they line up in the same formation as the previous play. So let's see what they run here.
Hand up this time up the middle, and there's an opening there for, it looks like a big bruising running back up to about the 45-yard line of Clover Park. It's a first down run as he gains about 12 or 13 yards, takes it down to the 44 of Clover Park. So far, both those plays have been wide open for Franklin Pierce, missing on the pass on the first one, but a nice run on the second. Again, the handoff and some more room inside. Pickup of about 5 yards for the ball carrier. Brings up second down, and we'll call it 6 yards here. Gain of 4 on that carry. 11 minutes now to go in the first quarter, just underway in this Thursday night game between Clover Park in white and Franklin Pierce in the black and red uniforms.
All right, so they run the same formation 4 times in a row, ran the ball twice, and incomplete for the first time. And they decide to hand the ball off for a first down.
And Silva is a ball carrier. He was the receiver on that first play they ran out of the backfield. Now he runs it for another first down for Franklin Pierce. Takes the ball down to the Franklin Pierce is on the move.
I think they're going to run the same formation again, 5th time in a row. It's been working for them. It allows Franklin Pierce to hand off the ball to 3 different running backs in the backfield. So you have variety right there.
There's a handoff. This time Silva takes it around the left end, and he's got some space
a lot
there.
of space.
Down to about the 10-yard line. So Franklin Pierce is rumbling down the field here behind the footwork of Tony Oleon Silva. Another first down for the Cardinals at about the 11-yard line. So it will be 1st and 10 from the 11. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They have not had a receiver out from the line of scrimmage. Everything's bunched real tight with that full house backfield there.
They like to run it tight. It's been working. I wouldn't change it. Maybe this time pass the ball. If you ran the ball 4 times, let's see if they want to mix it up a little bit.
Silva comes out. Caden Isaacson is now in for him in the backfield. Faust takes a handoff. Isaacson gets the handoff from Faust, looking for some room, hesitates, and it's now going to be gang tackled after a gain of about 3-4 yards there. So what didn't look like much of a play is going to net them at least a few positive yards. Isaacson comes out after carrying the ball, and Silva is back in for the Cardinals. Ball's at the Clover Park 6-yard line. So this drive started up at about the 40-yard line or so of Franklin Pierce, now down at the 6-yard line of Clover Park. That was a tricky play. I
was a very tricky play.
The first man through got the handoff, and he scores a touchdown right up the middle. Faust had a nice run-out fake there that kind of had everybody else's attention as well. Here's a replay on that.
Hands it off to the the first man, and they do a really good job with the faking the ball, which you don't know who's going left, who's going right, and they decide to run up the middle. It worked. Fantastic.
That was a relatively easy drive there for the Cardinals, it looks like, and they're going to go for 2 points here on the point after attempt. And
same formation all night so far.
Faust keeps the ball this time, and he's going to get in for the 2, it looks like. Yes, he does. So with 9 minutes and 16 seconds left in the first quarter, Franklin Pierce storms down the field and takes the lead 8-0. We'll be back right after these messages.
If you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell risk if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for, or harm if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop-off boxes. If there isn't one available, check the FDA's flush list. If your medicine isn't on the flush list, you can dispose of it in the trash. Get information to keep your family safe.
Kickoff here by Franklin Pierce, taken at about the 12-yard line by Clover Park. And the Clover Park ball carrier is working his way up to about the 32-yard line. Looks like number 6 for Clover Park on that return.
That is a pretty good return. Now, I want to let everyone know who is watching this. We are live streaming on YouTube at our Bates Technical College Broadcast Video Production YouTube page. And this is a production that is all produced by the students of the NPC program at Bates Technical College.
Students do a great job here. It's really fun to come out and work with them and see them learning as they do this. It's a great hands-on opportunity, and I think they benefit a lot from it. Clover Park now on the offensive side of the ball for the first time. They have receivers out one far to the left and two close on the right. 2 men in the backfield. It's a handoff. Goes up the middle of number 1 and makes a little bit of yardage going through there. That would be, if indeed that was number 1, Deshaun Castro would be the ball carrier. Gain of about 5 yards there. Brings up 2nd and 5 to go for the Timberwolves. I was going to say, Ace, I'm kind of wondering about the kickoff
At Clover Park.
philosophy there on that opening kickoff where they did that little squib kick and gave up actually a lot of field position, it seems like to me.
I would not open up with a squib kick this early in the game. That hurt Clover Park. It backfired on them. I don't know what they were thinking right there.
Be interesting to see what they do on their next kickoff. Castro, again, the ball carrier up the middle. This time, not quite as many yards, maybe 2 yards on that carry. Actually, they're going to give him essentially no gain, so that brings up 3rd down and 4 for the Timberwolves. Just 8 minutes now left in the first quarter, so we've been playing about 4 minutes. Clover Park took the opening kickoff and pretty much ran it right down the field. One pass attempt was incomplete. The rest of the time they ran it and fairly easily scored a touchdown there. Clover Park now. Quarterback takes the snap, looks over to his left. Now he's in a bit of trouble. He's going to try to escape, throws the ball toward the sidelines. It is incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Timberwolves. Franklin Pierce with good pressure coming up the middle defensively, flushed the quarterback out of the pocket there.
Great move by the quarterback for Clover Park for throwing the ball away before getting sacked for a big loss of yards right there.
Looks like the quarterback is number 5, Omari Green, just so you know who that is. Clover Park sending, we have something from the official here. Clover Park is going to set up in punt formation. Franklin Pierce dropping one receiver deep at about his own 35-yard line. I can't see his number, so I can't tell you who that is. There is a penalty flag on the play. It's a short kick and is caught at the 40-yard line by number 8 for Franklin Pierce. Let's see what the penalty is.
Should have been probably another penalty when did a little hit when the punt returner caught the ball.
There was something, the flag that came out right away. It's a personal foul against Franklin Pierce. That'll bring up a first down for Clover Park. So it's as if that punt never happened. The ball is going to be advanced on the penalty, and Clover Park. Clover Park will have.
Let's see if the ref or the ump doesn't forget to pick up his yellow flag on the field by around the 45-yard line. Oh, he picks it up.
Everybody's getting coordinated here. The ball is coming back to the original line of scrimmage, and now the penalty is being marked off. So Clover Park will have the ball. It's 15-yard penalty. I think it was a running into the kicker or roughing the kicker penalty, I think. Ball is at the 48-yard line now. Franklin Pierce still in Clover Park's possession. Referee winds the clock, and 7:20 left in the first quarter here. Early in the game. Nice night for football. It's dry, a little cool, but perfect temperature environment for football. Green drops back to pass. He's rolling around now, and the ball is tipped and nearly intercepted. The play had a lot of potential there, but the defender got his hands up into the path of the ball, knocked it down, and in the process almost intercepted it. It falls to the turf incomplete. Second down, 10 to go from the Franklin Pierce 48-yard line. Green gets the call, comes into the huddle for Clover Park, and they break the huddle now, come up to the line of scrimmage. Receivers out to the right and left.
Clover Park has been running the same formation all night too. It's interesting that both teams are kind of lining up the same way in offense.
And that carry.
A good stop on the defensive line of Franklin Pierce.
Number 75 makes a tackle for the Cardinals, and number 75 is Tavita Aholele. So no gain on that. Maybe a loss of about half a yard or so. Third down and almost 11 now to go for Clover Park. So they've had a little bit of a tough go against this Franklin Pierce defense so far. The one thing that has helped them the most is the penalty on the punt.
That helped them out tremendously.
Green takes a snap. He's going to be pressured. And he lobs the ball up to number 1, his receiver, who's going to receive it, but it's going to be very close to the first down. Deshaun Castro on the reception.
What a great play by the quarterback, getting out of trouble. Just lob it up to his receiver. Great play.
And they marked the ball about a half a yard short, it looks like. I think they're going to do a measurement. It looks like the officials are calling the...
I will measure it. It's
very close.
Very, very close.
But the nose of the football is just on the 38-yard hash mark. And I think he's going to be a little short. I think he's going to be about 4 inches short. What do you think?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell from here, but it looks very, very close. And we all know that football is all about the game of inches. So.
And by the time I asked you, of course, they were moving the sticks in, so you didn't get to see the reference point there. I think it's going to be about 4 inches short.
Ooh, that is very close.
It is.
Very, very close.
What would you do, Ace? You're on the 38-yard line, and you have the ball.
38-yard line? Well, what would I do? You need a couple inches. Probably just run the ball up the middle.
I think Clover Park has the same thing in mind there. They're at least...
Maybe, have some fun, do a trick play or something like that. Reverse, jet sweep. I don't know. But they're going back in the huddle. They're probably going to talk over this play. I mean, the run game has been working for both teams so far, especially for Clover Park. but they have 3 receivers out on the far end of the field. Franklin Pierce is loading up and draw penalty.
There's a penalty. Now, did they draw him off? It's offside against Franklin Pierce, so that's an easy way to make 4 yards.
Well, that's 2 penalties for Franklin Pierce this evening, which obviously they're crucial penalties because they both gave them first downs.
Yep.
The coach got to talk to their defense and not do anything too crazy out there. So
it's one of those situations where you're tensed up. You want to get the stop. It's only 3-4 inches.
That is true. I understand, but you
got to stay there.
You can't jump too early.
Yep. 1st and 10 for the Clover Park Timberwolves from their own 33-yard line now. Green is the quarterback.
Look like the linebacker is going to blitz up the middle.
Another pass, kind of a slant pass that time. They're going to gain about maybe 2 or 3 yards on that.
That is a very good pass from the quarterback in a tight window. That's a very good pass.
Should bring up about 2nd and 7 for the Timberwolves. Ball's on the 31-yard line, so we'll make it 2nd and 8. Clock shows 4:30 left in the first quarter, so moving right through. Lots of run plays here, so the clock has been moving pretty consistently.
They like to run the 3 receivers on one side at a time. Very interesting, but it's been working for them.
This time on the near side, Franklin Pierce kind of creeping up there. It's a handoff to number 1, which is Castro. Finds a couple yards on the left-hand side, close to the first down marker.
Let's see where the spot is.
If you were paying attention, Franklin Pierce was trying to show blitz from the same linebacker, same position, so maybe Clover Park realized that and say, hey, maybe we could go on the far side of the field and ran the ball.
Gain of about 4 yards. That brings up 3rd down and 2 yards for Clover Park Timberwolves. Maybe a yard and a half, but we'll call it 2 yards here. Again, 3rd down, so an important play here for Clover Park.
And you're also in field goal range, so I mean, if you don't get a loss of yardage, you can still get at least 3 points on the board.
5 receivers now out in the formation and nobody in the backfield. Now a man in motion through the middle. And
quarterback keep up the middle. Wow.
Green keeps it, as Ace said, and he works his way up the field for a first down for Clover Park.
I like how Clover Park is mixing it up on offense, keeping the ball moving, killing to time a little bit, but they're doing whatever works for them. I ain't complaining.
And they have worked their way up the field on a long drive here in the first quarter.
Especially having 2 crazy, silly penalties from Franklin Pierce, which helped them out tremendously.
Yes, absolutely. 3 minutes now left in the first quarter. Ball's at the 13-yard line. Franklin Pierce, Clover Park, as we said, moving the ball. Again, 5 receivers in the formation. Now we have whistles.
Got a timeout here for Franklin Pierce, it looks like.
Franklin Pierce takes a timeout.
Crucial
to get a little bit organized here. And
crucial spot to get your defense reorganized and say, hey, we can't let them score. We cannot let them score here.
Clock is stopped at 2:45. We'll be right back.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger.
I drive 65,000 miles each year in my bus. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. You don't want to be in the blind spot of a 40,000-pound bus when I have less than a second to react. I do what I can by changing lanes and taking turns slowly. It really helps when people look out for me, too. Give me room to operate safely. It's our roads. It's our safety.
2 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Franklin Pierce leading in this game 8-0 after scoring a touchdown and a two-point conversion. Clover Park took the kickoff after that and has worked their way down the field. Now sitting at the Franklin Pierce 13-yard line. 1st and 10 to go for the Timberwolves.
Franklin Pierce. Wow, good stop. Gain about a couple yards for Clover Park, but good defensive stop. for Franklin Pierce.
Ball carrier was Nehemiah McCullough. Came around from the right-hand side, kind of in a misdirection kind of handoff play, and did not gain anything. So it's second down and 10 yards to go.
Once again, I would like to let our viewers know that this is a production produced by the students from Bates Technical College's MPC program. Oh, they hand off the ball to the man in motion. And unfortunately, nowhere to go for the ball carrier, and a great stop for Franklin Pierce.
Nehemiah McCullough, again, the ball carrier, and showed a lot of heart there. He did not have a lot to work with. Made it back. I think actually lost a yard on that play. He's going to bring up third down and 11 for the Timberwolves at the Franklin Pierce 11.
Third and 11. I would pass the ball here if I was Clover Park.
They've done a lot of things out of that formation with the 5 wide receivers.
Oh, yes. You could do all kinds of things. Maybe have it motion again, and hopefully the man in motion can swing out.
So they take that same formation again with 3 receivers to the left this time. Green takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He gets pressure for number 11. He's going to throw the ball downfield. It's going to go out of bounds. I think it's actually knocked away.
Wow. Great defensive SWAT.
It was fantastic. Trying to get the number on that player to see who that is, but that was well played by Clover Park.
Let's see here at the replay. Defensive line, left guard, left tackle area. Didn't get his block out, but look at that. Look at that. Got the fingertips on it.
Great.
Swallowed the ball out of.
Great replay on that, too. You see the detail on that. Fourth down and 11 yards to go for Clover Park. It looks like they're going to keep their quarterback in, their offense in, and go for it on fourth down, which kind of makes me think they don't have a lot of confidence in their kicking game. We saw the opening kickoff, which was a short squib kick.
Yeah, that is true. And if I was Franklin Pierce, I'll try to put more pressure on the left side from the previous play. That's where they got the pressure from. So
Green is back. He's looking. He's got some running room there, but
I don't think that's enough, Roland. I don't think that's enough.
And he was kind of holding that football out there in one hand, but he's tackled at about the 14-yard line, and so that's going to bring up a turnover on downs by Clover Park. So Franklin Pierce will take possession at their own 14-yard line, first and 10.
Well, the one downfall is that Franklin Pierce's offense has their back towards their own end zone. So Clover Park get a couple sacks, hopefully, get a safety, and will be 2-8. But I don't know if that's going to happen.
I'm curious to see if they just line up in that tight formation and just like storm up the middle again.
Maybe. I mean, you got 3 options to hand the ball off. You could do a lot of different play actions from that formation, but Clover Park is also bunched up at the line. Take the ball up the middle.
Look at that. Legs going. Number 35 on the
35
carry.
is kind of hard to stop. He's just keep on running.
No kidding. That is Christian Good, it looks like, for Franklin Pierce, number 35, on the carry. First down run there, so pretty effective. I think maybe they run harder when they see all that running room in front of them, the whole field.
I don't know what the head coach is thinking, but it's very interesting sticking with that formation. I mean, it's still only the first quarter, but
it reminds me when I look at, they set before the snap, it reminds me of a bulldozer. It's like big mass of metal out there. In this case, big mass of humanity out there just pushing upfield.
One thing to know, if your whole team is on the same page, you could run any play with that same formation, and they do it right here too.
Only pick up about 3 yards on that one, though. And
it looks like
Park says there is a fumble. And they do.
Wow.
Clover Park recovers the fumble.
Interesting.
Oh, that's a major event here.
There's one big turnover. Brings back Clover Park offense.
That is the end of the first quarter, by the way, so we will change ends of the field. But before we get there, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger.
I drive 65,000 miles each year in my bus. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. You don't want to be in the blind spot of a 40,000-pound bus when I have less than a second to react. I do what I can by changing lanes and taking turns slowly. It really helps when people look out for me, too. Give me room to operate safely. It's our roads. It's our safety.
Back for the start of the second quarter. Franklin Pierce is leading in this game 8-0, but Clover Park now has the ball after the fumble in the Franklin Pierce end of the field at the 26-yard line. Sorry about that. Green is in the backfield with one running mate. 4 receivers out this time. Handoff goes to number 1, Castro. He makes a few yards down to about the 21-yard line.
One thing to know about Franklin Pierce's defense is that their defensive line explosive off that line to get to the quarterback or the running back. They've been pretty quick, but not too fast to get a gain of negative yards.
Just looking at some statistics here for the Timberwolves, and Castro, who is the number one who has gotten several carries this evening, is averaging 99 yards a game. He's only played in 2 games according to my stat sheet here. But when he's been playing, it looks like he's been playing really well. Green waiting to snap. Again, the handoff is to Castro. This time he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage by number 51 for the Cardinals.
Jesse Morales got in there in the backfield.
Jesse Morales on the tackle. Nice defensive play there for Morales and the Cardinals. Ball is now set back to the 23-yard line. It'll bring up third down and about 6 yards to go for Clover Park. Be good for the Timberwolves to do something with this opportunity where they picked up that fumble by the Cardinals.
An excellent place to put some points on the board and hopefully keep it very close.
Franklin Pierce, of course, is looking to stop them, and their defense has been pretty effective aside from a couple costly penalties. Castro gets a handoff looking for an opening. He's not going to find one this time either.
Franklin Pierce defensive line is working fantastically. Like I said, they're very quick, very quick.
4th down and about 6 yards to go, so there was not much. Maybe a gain of a yard there perhaps. So 4th down and 6 for the Timberwolves. They are again going to keep the offense on the field. Of course, wouldn't be wise to punt here. It's not far enough, but apparently they're not going to go for the field goal either. Last time they had a 4th down play, Green kept the ball and ran it. Let's see what happens this time. Green fumbles the ball, and he's going to be taken down.
Big sack. Honestly, Roland, I would have just probably kicked a field goal and get 3 points. But what do you do now? Looks like you got this replay. Just didn't get the quarterback did not get good grip on that ball.
Awkward looking tackle there, but it looks like Green is okay. Ball is at just about the 35-yard line of Franklin Pierce now. It's 1st and 10 for them after the turnover on downs. That's the second turnover on downs Franklin Pierce has received. They're going to go into their same formation, hand off to the third man through, and he's got some room.
Up the middle, wow.
To the 50-yard line.
Fantastic play. You know, it looks kind of like a rugby scrimmage in a way.
Yeah.
But it's working. I ain't complaining. It's working for Franklin Pierce. Keep running the ball.
Bryson Allen on this carry here, we'll see in the replay. He gets a nice run up the middle there. All the way out to the 50-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 from there for the Cardinals.
I bet you they're going to run it up the middle again.
There's a penalty on this one. They're going to call this one dead. Must have been maybe a motion penalty. Yep.
Ball start offense.
They bring up 2nd and 15 now from the 45-yard line for Franklin Pierce. That's the 3rd penalty they've had this evening, at least so far.
They've all been hurting themselves.
Yeah.
So
who knows? Maybe with the first down, especially, they have some downs to work with. Maybe they can make that up. They've been really effective on their running game. Only 1 pass attempt in the entire game, and that was the first play. Eventually, they're going to try something like that again. Kind of a mix-up.
Quarterback keeps it this time. A lot of room to work.
Going to pick up about 7 yards on that keeper by the quarterback. Fooled me. I thought there was a collision in the backfield, but now it was intended that way.
Roland, it fooled me too. I thought it was just going to be stopped at this line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
But
Faust was the keeper on that. So that brings up 2nd down and 9 yards to go. Gets a good chunk of that. Well, gets all the penalty yards back, plus 1. So 2nd and 9 for Franklin Pierce.
At least this formation keeps Clover Park's defense on their toes. And keeps us on our toes, too.
They're really good at that. I'm like, who's got the ball?
I mean, right there, maybe the quarterback could have kept it and gained a couple extra yardage. But, man, all I know is that they're just different opportunities for Franklin Pierce offense.
Yep, 3rd down and 4 now for the Cardinals at the Clover Park 44-yard line. Now 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. With all the running, the clock keeps on moving pretty consistently. There's another running play. This time it's number 6. Is Tony Oleon Silva on the carry. And he gets the first down. So they were 1st and 15, and they were able to pretty easily pick up that first down.
All in the same formation, all running the ball and handing off to different people.
Nice blocking in there,
See
too.
There. They find an open gap each and every time and take advantage of it. It's been working.
Yep.
Let's see, who do you think is going to get the ball rolling?
35, that's what I'm thinking. There he goes.
Wow. He broke a couple of tackles. He just keep on going.
Wow.
Oh, the ball's loose.
Nope, they call it down.
Oh, boy.
So the player is ruled down at the 15-yard line. That's a great play.
This is fantastic play. Great running play by number 35 by Franklin Pierce. Let's see. Let's look at this replay.
Christian Goods, ball carrier.
Broke 1, 2,
even
3.
Look at him.
Yes. 3 tackles.
Oh, I don't
know. Ooh, maybe.
Close.
I would challenge that, but
FP with the ball now, taking that snap, and this time it's Silva with the handoff, and he's working his way almost to the goal line. He makes it down to about the 1-yard line.
Now, if I were Franklin Pierce at the goal line, maybe keep it with the quarterback. Maybe, and run it somewhere. I don't know, but
you got like 4 options in there.
You do.
Ball sits at the 2-yard line of the Clover Park Timberwolves. It is 1st and goal for Franklin Pierce here. They're using the same formation for every play. It is a handoff to Silva, and he's going to make his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Franklin Pierce. Again, just a very methodical drive down the field. Run, run, run.
Look at this replay. They hand it off to number 8. It looks like when they hand off the ball, they're handing it off to 3 different people at the same time. I mean, if I was playing linebacker, I'd be confused, like, hey, who's getting the ball here?
Yep. You got to tackle them all, I guess. I don't know. Franklin Pierce is lining up for a 2-point conversion again. They were successful the first time, and just getting like 3 yards for them is no big deal. So here we go, 2-point conversion. And
they get it again.
Quarterback keeps it this time.
Oh, wow. I really thought number 8 had it.
Sam Faust carries that in for the Cardinal with 6 minutes left in the second half. It's now 16-0 in favor of Franklin Pierce. We'll be right back after this.
picture and an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell risk if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for, or harm if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop-off boxes. If there isn't one available, check the FDA's.
Franklin Pierce kicked the ball off there. It was taken by number 6 for Clover Park and returned. That's Colin Boykin on the return. Returned about 10 yards and before he was tackled there by the Cardinals. Brings up first down and 10 for the Clover Park Timberwolves, now trailing in the game 16-0 after Franklin Pierce has scored 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions for their 16 points. 5 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first half. The Cardinals have been pretty much in charge of this game. Clover Park had one relatively long drive, aided by a couple of penalties that gave them first downs. Green is in the quarterback position there, ready for the snap. He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it.
Oh, missed opportunity for that lineman for Franklin Pierce.
Green's going to gain about 4 yards on that play, maybe 5. Looks like it's going to bring up second down and 5 to go for Clover Park. He did evade the one tackler in the backfield, so he could gain that yardage. Otherwise, he was in danger of losing it 3 or 4 yards on that. Omari Green is a 5'11" sophomore for the Clover Park Timberwolves. So young quarterback there in charge for them.
Oh, defensive line almost jumped right there.
Green hands it off to Deshaun Castro this time. Castro working his way up the middle, and he's going to be very close to the first down marker. I don't think he made the first. Well, yes, it looks like where they're marking it, he probably did. It should come back right to about the 40-yard line before he was pushed back by the Cardinals. It is a first down. They're moving the chains. Ball will be placed right at the 40-yard line for the Timberwolves. So this is kind of typical of what we saw on that long drive. They just kind of peck away, gain a few yards. So we'll see.
Go for fourth down.
Then they get fourth down, yeah. And unfortunately, both of their fourth down attempts have fallen short. We'll see how they do on this one. On this drive, it's not fourth down yet. It is first down, but let's see if they can stay away from the fourth downs in this drive.
The linebacker's going to come blitz in.
Castro takes a handoff. He's working his way up the middle again. He's going to gain about 3 yards. About 3 yards on this carry.
What is also interesting is that if, let's say, the quarterback kept it, it's always one-on-one with the receivers. So it's a 50-50 shot for a deep ball. So maybe play action it and see if you have a one-on-one, and hopefully receiver can beat out the safeties or the corners.
Yeah, it does seem like when Green rolls out and he's on the move that he has some opportunities. He hasn't really stood in the pocket very much to pass.
It's the Franklin Pierce defensive line. They're really quick.
Yes. Green fumbles the ball. He's going to pick it up, and he's on the run now, and he's got some space on the right-hand side. He's going to make the first down. I'm pretty sure he got around the marker there. Very close, if not.
Good for him to keep it alive and gain some positive yardage right there. Trying to keep the offense alive, too.
Yeah, showed some quickness on that. It's going to come up a little short, about a yard short where he went out of bounds. So that brings up 3rd and 1 for the Timberwolves. Franklin Pierce defense has been pretty stout so far this evening. Haven't given up any points, obviously, leading to the game 16-0. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first half. Clover Park on the move.
They get defense jumped right there.
Number 21 there for the Cardinals. I think got a little eager. That would be George Luters, if I saw that correctly. That will give Clover Park, guess what? A first down on penalty. That's the third first down they've gotten on penalty.
Well, that hurts Franklin Pierce on defense. Something that hopefully they can, talk through at halftime and say, hey, we can't be doing all these silly things on defense.
Another fumble. This time Franklin Pierce is going to recover it. Number 19 for the Cardinals jumps on that. Simon Irving. It just bounced right out of Green's hands onto the ground, and Irving was right there.
Fantastic that number 19 jumped right on that. Be the first one on that rock.
That's
fantastic.
That quickness you're talking
Very
about.
true.
They're right there.
Look, right there. Boom. He jumps right on that rock. Now Franklin Pierce is back on offense. Probably going to run the same formation,
They got 3 minutes and 19 seconds here in the first half to use up, so they have the ball at the 50-yard line.
I would run it. You have more than plenty time. You got your timeouts to use too, so. Same formation. Quarterback keeps the ball this time. Gain about 1 yard.
Alex Kepper, you think he meant to, or is like, where'd they all go, and then he turned and ran?
Probably. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm as confused as Clover Park's defense right now. Clover Park is playing, I think, cover one defense, which I would be playing, one safety in the backfield and try to line up everyone in the box and try to stop this run game that's been super dominant so far.
Yep. Gain of 1 on that last run. It's 2nd and 9 for Franklin Pierce. Handoff goes to Silva, and he's got lots of room here.
Lots of room.
Down to the 35-yard line on that first down run. It's not a first down run, but the run that earns a first down. So 1st and 10 for Franklin Pierce from the 36-yard line.
He gets the ball, finds the opening on the replay. Super hard to tackle. He got some strong legs.
Yes, he does. 43 for Franklin Pierce, for Clover Park is Sean John Anderson on the tackle. Handoff this time goes again up the middle, and Clover Park has that one bottled up.
Well, I got confused because quarterback and another running back were running on the close side of the field towards their sideline, and I thought they had the ball. So
pretty good defensive play there. Actually, it does gain 4 yards though, so maybe not as good as I thought, as it brings up 2nd down and 6 for Franklin Pierce. Minute 48 left in the half. Franklin Pierce still running the ball. Keeping the clock moving. Silva gets it, handoff again.
Oh, breaks that tackle.
And he's into the end zone for another FP touchdown.
Let's look at this replay. Number 8 gets the ball. Boom, right there, breaks free of that tackle and carries the ball all the way home for a touchdown.
Yeah, my mistake on that. That is number 8, Bryson Allen, on that touchdown carry for Franklin Pierce. So another 6 on the board for the Cardinals, and they will go for 2 again on the point after attempt.
They've been 2 for 2 so far tonight, so why not just take the risk and try again? Quarterback keeps it this time. Wow. 3 for 3.
3 for 3 as Sam Faust carries it on the left-hand side with 1 minute 35 seconds left in the first half. The score is now 24-0 in favor of Franklin Pierce. We'll be back after these messages.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Franklin Pierce kicking off here and send it down the middle of the field, picked up by number 5, which is Green, I believe. And he's going to carry the ball back up to about the 25-yard line of Clover Park. Minute 27 seconds left in the first half here. Clover Park now 24-0 on the bad side of that score. Their football, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. 26-yard line, make it as they place the ball. What would you do in minute 27 if you were the Clover Park Warriors?
27, pass, get outside, out of bounds, stop the clock. I believe you got all 3 timeouts, so just pass and get out of bounds. Maybe run the ball, play action a little bit, but I don't know. They had some bad snaps or bad snaps, so I don't know. But I'd suggest just pass the ball, get out of bounds.
Yeah, they have had several, at least 3 that I can think of, just bad snaps and the ball's on the turf and that kind of stuff. So that's not good. Crowd has actually picked up here a little bit at the stadium as we head into halftime. It's quite a few more folks than were here at the beginning of the game. Clover Park now.
See, they have all 3-4 receivers on one side of the field. They decide to hand off the ball.
And Castro, as the ball carrier, takes it up to about the 32. New quarterback in the game, by the way, for Clover Park. That's Patty Taito, number 4, who handled that snap. He's now over at the sideline talking with a coach. So it looks like he's in for Green here just before halftime. It's a gain of about 7 on that for Castro, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 3 yards to go from the Clover Park 33-yard line. Clock is moving, 55 seconds left in the first half. Clover Park is in no hurry, so it's not like they are desperately trying to get down the field and score. They're using the clock and just being pretty relaxed about this. Again, Taito in the quarterback position, and that ball's on the ground, and Taito just falls on it.
Good recovery by the quarterback that time. Luckily, Franklin Pierce did not jump too quick on that one.
I haven't looked all that closely, but I don't know if the snaps are just off target or if the quarterbacks are having a hard time just handling the football. I'm not sure there. Looks like it was a little low and to the left.
A little low to the left. Maybe the center and the quarterback needs to talk during halftime and be like, hey, man, please, good snaps. Execute properly, please.
Lost several yards on that play, brings up 3rd down. But that's going to bring us to the end of the first half, actually, as the clock hits 0. So we're going to head into halftime with the score Franklin Pierce 24, Clover Park 0. We'll be back after this.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk, if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm, if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose, if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back
Welcome back to Franklin Pierce Stadium. We're just finishing up our halftime here. Hope you enjoyed seeing some of that scenery video. We've been watching a couple of teams actually 4 teams from the Summit Parkland Youth Association play a couple of games out here. It's simultaneously on the field at halftime. The Franklin Pierce Cardinals have returned to the field, as have the Clover Park Timberwolves, both now going through their second half warm-up drills after meeting with coaches at halftime. Ace, what do you think they talked about at halftime? Let's start first with the Franklin Pierce Cardinals.
Well, if I was Franklin Pierce, run the same formation and, dude, keep the defense guessing. It's been working for a whole half, so it should work for a whole second half. So their defense, no silly penalties. It hurt them a lot, but, hey, it's still 24-0, but still, it might hurt you in the second half. Hopefully, both teams been watching this Pee Wee flag football and maybe take some notes and run some different plays and have some fun playing some football out there.
Fun to see the little kids out there, and it's kind of shocking to see the comparison in the size between high school players and these elementary school kids.
It's crazy. Oh man! But if I was Clover Park, one, offensively mixing it up, so defense is going to be guessing, which is a good thing. Maybe pass the ball a little bit more. I don't know. Try to find some way to get on the board. I mean, yeah, you've been getting helped out by Franklin Pierce's defense, but maybe try and convert, fourth downs, or maybe just go for a field goal if you can make that field goal.
But defensively, from Clover Park's perspective, how would you handle that formation that Franklin Pierce runs, and the 3 options coming out of the backfield plus the quarterback?
I guess you'd put all your defensive linemen, your second string defensive linemen in there, linebackers, and 1 safety maybe. I don't know, but Franklin Pierce's offense can figure that out. Then you're defensively going to get in some trouble. But
okay, well, we'll see if any of your predictions are correct because we're going to take a break here and be back for the second half.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Counting down to the end of halftime here at Franklin Pierce Stadium on this Thursday night game between the Franklin Pierce Cardinals and the Clover Park Timberwolves. Ace, who's actually putting this show together?
Well, Roland, the students from Bates Technical College's Media Production and Communications program is putting together this lovely high school football match tonight. We're also live streaming on our YouTube channel. That channel is called Bates Tech College Broadcast /Video Productions. Feel free to, visit us on YouTube. We try and post everything that our students do. We have, great interviews, some couple fun game shows, and high school football, holiday food gift festival at the Tacobo Dome, which is coming right up. That's also there. So please feel free to check us out on YouTube. See what our awesome students do. So,
is every one of your new students, have they done all this before, and they just basically come in and kind of hone the skills they already have?
Oh no, most of them, they just learn. They learn and make a fantastic show. So it's a great learning experience. I was a former student, so I came here not knowing anything, and I learned a whole lot through this program. So.
Excellent. Clover Park has picked up the second half kickoff and actually fumbled a little bit, picked it up, and danced around and went down at 15-yard line. So Clover Park is going to have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 15, so not great field position to start the second half.
Not the best.
and the tough defense that they've been working against as they trail in this game 24-0 to the Franklin Pierce Cardinals.
One thing that you got to know is that Franklin Pierce's defensive line, they move really quick. So I hope Clover Park rehashed that during their halftime meeting.
We'll see who's on at quarterback here for you. Again, the snap was kind of bobbled a little bit. Green is back in at quarterback. Kind of bobbled that, got the handoff to number 7, Isaiah Williams, who did not gain, actually lost a couple yards on that play. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 12 for Clover Park. Clover Park's quarterback, Omari Green, over talking to the coach, now coming back into the huddle with the play. 11 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. And still Clover Park players are shuffling in and out. It seems like they're taking a long time to get up to the line of scrimmage and get this play off. I don't know if they're in jeopardy of
delay of game. I hope they get the snap off early, and which they do.
And it's a handoff to number 7 again, and he's going to find some yardage on the right-hand side this time. Isaiah Williams, again, I think is the ball carrier there. Williams is a 6'1", 225-pound running back for Clover Park.
A lot of running this game. It'd be nice to see some maybe passing plays from Clover Park and hopefully get some big yards out of those passes, but if they feel confident running it, I wouldn't change anything. So.
I may be reading that number wrong. It's Deshaun Castro's position there, so I may be interpreting or misinterpreting the 1 as a 7 there, but Green is again in at quarterback to start the second half. Got receivers out, 3 to the left and 1 to the right. 1 running back behind him. The handoff goes to the running back, and Franklin Pierce is up to the task on that 3rd and 4 play. That should bring up a 4th down for Clover Park. So here we are. This is a position they have not found them in where they're 4th down deep in their own territory. So the question here now is, and it looks like they are going to send a punt team in.
I would be sending the punt team. I would not want to go for 4th down in your own, inside the 25. I would not want to do that.
I don't know if they have a lot of confidence in any part of their kicking game, actually, but we will see if they are up to the task. Sapporo Judah, I believe, is the punter.
I mean, you did open up the game with an interesting squib kick, so, I mean, I can understand if you're not confident in your kicker, but still.
Here it is. He gets off a high punt.
High short punt, not what you really want, but
it's a good bounce there for the Timberwolves down to the Franklin Pierce 47-yard line. So, an okay punt. And he did have one other punt that I forgot about. That's one that there was a penalty on, and so Clover Park got that first down. So really, that punt didn't count. So that puts the ball in the Franklin Pierce Cardinal possession at their own 47-yard line. Pretty good field position for the Cardinals to begin the second half.
Now let's see if they open up their second half drive with the same formation. And to my knowledge, it's the same formation, guys.
And it's a handoff to the running back going to the middle, and Clover Park is right there. 35 carrying the ball, and number 73 for Clover Park. Good solid defensive play for Biggie Taimanini. Held into no gain on the play. That brings up 2nd down and 10 for Franklin Pierce. FP comes up again, and they're the same formation they use for every play. It's a handoff to Silva going up the middle. He's been very effective at that play. Gains about 5 yards on the carry.
About 6 on that.
They'll place the ball at the 48-yard line of Clover Park as they cross the midfield stripe. Brings up about 3rd down and 5 for Clover Park. Now joining me here at the announcing booth, Ken Whitko, instructor in the MPC program.
Yes. And here we go. What a game we have tonight, huh? 24-0. Franklin Pierce is looking good, huh?
Franklin Pierce, yeah. I was telling Ace earlier, they look like just like a bulldozer when they come up with the line of scrimmage in that tight formation, and then off they go and start knocking Clover Park players out of the way, it seems like. Very effective in their running game. That last play took the ball down to the 41-yard line for a first down for Franklin Pierce. 1st and 10 from there. Leading in the game 24-0, just under 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Looks like they go with a T or a wing. We call that a triple.
CJ Good's going to get that first down on that left side.
And there's no reason whatsoever for Franklin Pierce to do anything else other than just run the ball right now. Let the clock run, keep pushing it, and they run that little wing offense.
That's all they've done all night except for the first play. First play was an attempted pass. It was incomplete, and that's the only pass play they've run all night. Christian Good on the carry there for a first down. The ball now at the Clover Park 31-yard line. Sam Faust still in at quarterback. Handing off. Looks like Silva again.
Big time cutback move there. Tony only on Silva with that carry.
For another 10-plus yards and another first down for Franklin Pierce. Just eating up the yardage now, play after play.
It looks like also that they're kind of letting the clock run a little bit because Franklin Pierce obviously is way ahead and not in any danger of losing this. We just got to let the clock run a little bit. And didn't stop it on the first down there, so.
And Isaacson is going to get in for the easy touchdown for Franklin Pierce. Isaacson's gotten in there for a few carries, and that one, of course, very effective. He takes it in from the 21-yard line. You can see this on the replay. Kind of a wider handoff this time, which is a little unusual for them, but he finds the room out there and easily slides into the end zone.
Yeah, and I think that the way this looks right now, that even a goal line defense with the a goal line defense is not going to actually stop the run play.
Not much is going to stop that run play tonight on behalf of the Clover Park Timberwolves. Franklin Pierce, as they have for their first 3 touchdowns, going for the 2-point conversion here. Faust hands off, and the ball is
he got in for that conversion.
Into the end zone. Yes, it is good. They get the 2-point conversion on that one. That one totally fooled me. Not quite sure when it. Looks like Christian Goody had it there and scored the touchdown going up the middle. So with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third quarter, it's now 32-0 in favor of Franklin Pierce. We'll be right back.
I've been driving a truck for 40 years now. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. Like the trucks can't stop quickly. It takes my 80,000-pound truck 200 yards to come to a complete stop. So I always do my best to give a lot of cushion. It helps when other drivers realize that and do the same. Please give trucks the space we need so we can all stay safe. It's our roads. It's our safety.
Franklin Pierce kicked off after their touchdown, and the ball was picked up by Clover Park and returned out to about the 20-yard line. 5 minutes, 54 seconds left. Franklin Pierce now ahead 32-0 in this game. So we about halfway through the third quarter.
I don't know if they've actually put in reserves yet. It might be a little early in the third quarter, but I would guess that in the fourth quarter they're going to put in reserves and let them have a little bit of fun.
Good opportunity for the Cardinals. They are 4-2, by the way. This is will be their 7th game of the season. Clover Park 3-3, so also their 7th game. Green takes the snap, hands it up to Castro, and then Castro is going to be tackled at about the 28-yard line. Number 51 for Franklin Pierce in on that tackle along with a couple others. That's Jesse Morales helping to take down, I believe, Castro on the carry. Ball is at the 28-yard line of Clover Park. Second down and about 4 yards to go.
And it looks like not much passing in this game. I mean, I've only seen a few pass plays and mostly runs and a few fumbles and, of course, a lot of touchdowns by one team.
Yeah. Again, a beautiful night for football.
You can't ask for a better night than this is football night right here. Just a little crisp in the air, no real wind, and certainly no rain. Nope, got a penalty. That's going to definitely be an encroachment. You can always tell when an official throws the flag on whatever side of the line of scrimmage, that will kind of indicate what they've seen. And so that ball went to the defensive side, which would indicate that was encroachment.
It's at least the fifth penalty on Franklin Pierce, and 4 of those I know have resulted in first downs for Clover Park. So it's one of the best ways for Clover Park to get a first down is by a Franklin Pierce penalty. Coaches probably won't be too happy about that, but that's what we've seen so far tonight.
All first downs are first downs, and how you get them sort of inconsequential. Sort of.
Green takes the snap, hands off to his tailback.
Deshaun Castro up the middle. Going to get 7.
Like number 1, Deshaun Castro again on the carry. He's actually a very effective ball carrier. We were noting earlier he's played in, according to the stats, this would be his 3rd game, and he's rushes for about 99 yards a game. Second down and 3 yards to go for Clover Park. Ball's on the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line, as they again are moving the ball a little bit. We'll see how far they can get. Franklin Pierce playing pretty good defense and really solid offense.
There's really no reason to encroach, or I'm not sure why they would even have a penalty, but because they have that kind of defense, they're not going to. It's really difficult for Clover Park to actually score. One of the other things you might note about in recent changes to the officiating crew is that the umpire used to be in the behind the defensive front line, is now in the backfield of the offense. So that is kind of a recent change in recent years. I imagine for safety reasons, because it was always told that if you were an umpire, you had to be a big person because you usually get run over once or twice a game.
Not for me. They're down at about 1.5 yards to go for Clover Park. Their workhorse is Deshaun Castro. He is lined up behind Green in the backfield. Green takes the snap. He's going to run it. He's going to find the first down marker by about 1 yard. So I think he gains about 2 there on that carry.
First down for the
It is a first down. They'll move the sticks on that. See, Green just stands up and off he goes down the field. And he's taken down by number 8 for Franklin Pierce, Bryson Allen, who is, of course, plays as running back as well as on the defense. Two minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. This has been, of course, very fast-moving game with almost no passes being thrown. So the clock is not stopping on interceptions. It's continuing to roll. Castro finds some room up the middle, gains about 9 yards on that carry.
10-yard run there for the Timberwolves. Deshaun Castro eating up the yards.
See this on the replay here. He's going to work his way up the middle and has some room there. Knocked down by number 6, Tony Oyo Silva for Franklin Pierce, as well as a couple other players that finished him off there. Second down and 1 yard to go for Clover Park. So again, they're on the move. They've had about 2 or 3 actually fairly long drives that have not resulted in any score. Looks like we have a timeout being called here by Franklin Pierce. They want to, I guess, talk some things over, as do the Timberwolves, but we'll find out what they're talking about right after this break.
I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger.
Both teams heading back out on the field after the timeout. Franklin Pierce took that timeout. They're on the defensive side of the ball in the red and black, Clover Park in the white. Clover Park now coming out for a second down and 1 yard to go from the 47-yard line of Franklin Pierce.
Well, spread offense there. Maybe a little distractor, like don't pay attention to what we're doing here. We're going to run the ball anyway.
They do hand it to Castro, their workhorse. He's going to gain about 4 yards on that carry. Not a lot of room in there, but he's able to work through there okay. Big, strong kid that's playing running back for them. That's going to be a first down for the Timberwolves from the Franklin Pierce 42-yard line.
First down there for the Timberwolves.
All right, Franklin Pierce Stadium tonight. Franklin Pierce shares this stadium with Washington High School, both of those teams in the Franklin Pierce School District. Clover Park, of course, coming from the Lakewood area. Their home stadium is Harry Lang Stadium, I believe, over by Clover Park High School. And we do have a penalty flag this time. And according to what you told me last time, this is going to be on Clover Park because he threw the flag on the Clover Park side of the line of scrimmage.
He did indeed, and so that will be a false start and take 5 yards away.
One thing, Clover Park has not had very many penalties tonight. I can't think of.
It's hard to see anybody jumping there. It's a little tight on the replay, but they must have saw a flinch somewhere.
Like I say, I think I can't remember any other Clover Park penalties. I may have missed one or two there, but pretty clean game for Clover Park. Franklin Pierce has had several, and as I mentioned earlier, many of them have gone for first downs for Clover Park. So
we're going to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they will not get this play off. I don't think they're. Nope, that brings us to the end of the fourth quarter as the clock hits 0. With the score, Franklin Pierce 32 and Clover Park 0. We'll take a break and be right back.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Back here for the start of the fourth quarter. One more quarter to go, 12 minutes of football between Clover Park Timberwolves, almost said Warriors again, Clover Park Timberwolves and the Franklin Pierce Cardinals in this South Puget Sound League 2A matchup here on a Thursday night, which is a little... Clover Park trailing in this game 32-0, but they are moving the ball here. It's now first and 15 after the motion penalty. Changed directions in the field, but the quarter changed. Now heading to the south end of the stadium. Ari Green still running at quarterback, and Sean Castro is running back beside him. Castro gets a handoff, and he's going to carry a whole stack of players down to about the 44-yard line. They give him forward progress to the 45-yard line. That's going to bring up second down and 13 yards to go for the first down.
And Franklin Pierce has got to be playing for some pride here, even though they are winning big time for any playoff positions in the league. They are in third place in the league. Of course, they've lost to the first two teams that are in the league, Edam, Claw, and Ording. So this is a big game to win.
Green drops back for a pass. Now that's unusual. It's a screen pass, and there's some blocking set up for Castro. He's going to make it down to the 35-yard line. So overall, actually pretty well defended there by the Franklin Pierce Cardinals. Going to bring up third down and 3, it looks like. You can see this on the replay. They set up that nicely, and Castro's able to make a few yards on that play. Third down and 3 to go now for Clover Park.
So that is a middle screen, which is kind of rare. Most screens are going to be kind of out in the flat. But
one thing we haven't seen from Green tonight, of course we haven't seen a lot of passes at all, but most of his passes have been little lob-type passes. Not a lot of zip on any of his passes that I can recall. It thought they had the defense offside, but the officials did not give that to him. Hand off to Castro. He's needed 3, but he only got 1. That's going to bring up 4th down and 2 or so. Clover Park, another 4th down situation, this time again on their own end of the field. So
they have really no option, but they have to go for it.
Yeah.
Really, there's no point.
They are, I believe, 0-3 or so on the 4th down, something like that, just from memory. So not one of their better downs if they're running or passing on 4th down. We'll see what they do here. They have stuck with their run for the most part, aside from that little screen pass we saw. That was their first pass of the second half. They did run a few pass plays in the first half, but both teams predominantly running teams tonight. 4th down and 2, about 2.5 now to go for Clover Park. Green hands it off to number 11. He's not going to get there. That was Nehemiah McCullough was the ball carrier. He stopped short of the first down, and Franklin Pierce is going to turn it over on downs again, or Clover Park going to turn it over on downs. Franklin Pierce is going to take possession of the ball. 1st and 10 from the Clover Park 34-yard line or so. Good defensive stand there by Franklin Pierce to stop that drive by the Timberwolves. There's 9 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game as Sam Faust comes out with the play into the huddle, and the Cardinals break the huddle and come up to that tight formation again. We have not seen a single receiver in any of the formations from the line of scrimmage tonight from Franklin Pierce. Handoff goes up the middle, and ball carrier is dragging the defender. Number 32 is not on our roster for Clover Park, but he was the tackler on that play. Replay here, we're going to see that handoff, and the ball carrier just kind of pops out the middle right there.
And Faust is really quite clever and very smart with the ball, handing it off, faking who has it. There's been a few times that I know you have been duped, and of course I haven't been, because of course I haven't been here the whole game, but so anyway, he does a really nice job of keeping that ball concealed before handing it off, and even afterwards. And that's kind of something that some young players ought to note, that just because you don't have the ball, you don't stop acting like you don't have the ball. If you watch this young quarterback, he kind of pretends he's got the ball the whole time. See him running.
And the ball carrier in the meantime looks like it's Silva is going to gain about 8 yards on the. Oh, he's still going.
It's like a fumble.
Ah.
Yeah, well, the ball or the whistle had not blown, so forward progress apparently had not stopped, which would have meant that the ball would be dead. And one other thing that people, maybe fans don't realize, or coaches, that just because a whistle doesn't blow doesn't mean that the play isn't dead. So if they can not blow the whistle, but the play still can be dead, and then they can rule later. So in something like that, the fact that the play, maybe the ball had come loose, but it looked like forward progress had stopped, and maybe the ball had come loose, and so they didn't blow the whistle.
Franklin Pierce has called a timeout here to talk things over. And I wanted to say something about Sam Faust, the quarterback for Franklin Pierce. He is a senior quarterback, so he's had some time to kind of hone his craft a little bit, and he really is good with the fakes with the ball. And as Ken said, I've been fooled several times by what's going on out there by the Cardinals, and they do a very nice job of that.
We won't relate anything about eyesight. The fact that
I'm blind.
Well, I didn't say that. The fact that Roland, who is the former instructor at Bates Technical College in the engineering department, retired this past summer. So I don't know if that has anything to do with eyesight or whatnot, but well-deserved retirement. He's coming back to help us, and we really appreciate his help.
Bryson Allen on the carry on that last play, and he gained 10 yards or more for the first down. So the ball is now down at the 28-yard line of Clover Park as the Franklin Pierce Cardinals are on the move again. They just are very methodical about going down the field, just running play after running play after running play. Interesting to see their rushing statistics after this game. Hand up at the middle, and again, that was a tough one to see. Looks like number 35, North ball carrier. That would be Christian Good. And again, very close to another first down. I think he gains about 8 yards on that one to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Cardinals. Clock is moving, about 7 minutes left in the game. Cardinals are ahead 32-0, so it's been a very one-sided skirmish tonight here on the field at Franklin Pierce Stadium.
You can notice some of the enthusiasm on the Clover Park side of the stands. Fans are at least, I don't know, what do you say, polite and haven't all streamed out. There's hardly anybody there. But they are supporting their team nonetheless.
A replay on this last.
Now they got a 1st and goal. But they're just ripping up the yards. It would be really interesting to see what the stats are and how many yards they've actually rushed this evening.
Bryson Allen was the ball carrier in that last play, and
1st and goal.
1st and goal for the Cardinal. Handoff, and they're
Oh,
actually.
He got away.
Gets away with it, and he's got some running room. Takes it down to about the 2-yard line. Wow.
Yeah, that's really disheartening. And one thing I did notice about Clover Park is that their tackling is really needs some help. I mean, they've got to practice a lot more on tackling because there have been a lot of broken tackles and just wrong angles, taking the wrong angle at the tackle and just missing it. So, and that looked like that one was dead in the water, but Faust is smart. He got away from it.
So it's 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line as Faust made it down to the 3 before he stepped out of bounds. He's going to hand it off this time to
Oxen, number 9.
8 on the ball carrier. Bryson Allen. Bryson Allen scores a touchdown. That's you can see Allen take the handoff and go pretty much untouched right up the middle of the field there into the end zone. So that brings the score to 38-0 right now. We'll go for probably a 2-point conversion here by the Cardinals. They have not attempted, I don't think they've attempted a punt or a kick except for the kick at the start of the second half. I think that's the only time they've had a foot on the ball. Here we go for the 2-point conversion for the Cardinals. Silva's going to score the 2 points to bring the score to 40-0 at the 5:35 point in the game. We'll be right back after this break.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell risk if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for, or harm if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop-off boxes. If there isn't one available, check the FDA's flush list. If your medicine isn't on the flush list, you can dispose of it in the trash. Get information to keep your family safe.
So Franklin Pierce has kicked off here, and again, Clover Park this time downs the ball at about the 26-yard line. They're on the 26-yard line. And I have to take back what I said. Of course, after every touchdown, the Cardinals have kicked off, so they have had their foot on the ball about 7 times. 5 touchdowns they've scored so far, and then, of course, the opening kickoff for the second half. But that'd be 6, I guess. Anyway, you get the point. There's about 5 minutes and 5 seconds left in this game. Franklin Pierce has just scored their 5th touchdown and made their 5th 2-point conversion to make it a 40-0 score here at Franklin Pierce Stadium. Clover Park coming back out from the sideline and, again, see what they can do.
And it looks like Franklin Pierce coaches have left the Rooster's nest, whatever, Roosters? The Eagles' nest, I guess, up there. And looks like some more reserves are in the game for Franklin Pierce. And we do have a running clock now with a 40-point lead, which means there will not be any timeouts for incomplete passes or penalties or anything other than just an actual timeout, an injury timeout.
Well, that's not going to change this game too much because we have had very little clock stoppages, although here we are in a pass, and there's going to be a fumble. Franklin Pierce is going to pick
another
it up
fumble.
And fumble it.
Oh, my goodness, he could go all the way.
I don't think
so. He went all the way to the sideline. That was awesome.
Zeke Isaacson picked that one up, and then he fumbled it. So does he get credit for 2 fumble recoveries?
I think so.
Wow.
I would give it to him. 2 fumble recoveries in one play.
There's the first one. There's the second one.
Well, maybe he didn't have possession that first time. So, but he was seeing green right there, running all the way to the end zone. It was just the wrong side of the field there. So
unfortunate for Clover Park, they coughed this one up deep in their own end of the field. The ball is going to be placed at the 19-yard line after the minimal fumble scoop up and return by Isaacson for the Cardinals. 1st and 10 there, though, for FP. Checking to see if they've got their starting quarterback in or if they're going to go
they have
backup.
Replaced their Faust with number 12.
And so we have the same result as the FP running back is in the end zone. Number 7 scores a touchdown. That's Marvis Christian. And he took that handoff from Tayshawn Wood. See a replay on that, and you'll see Christian just wide open there in the end zone. So that brings score down 46-0 off of the fumble recovery, and FP is going to go for 2 on this one as well. So as Ken said, they do have some of their backup players in or different positions.
And we don't have any position or grade or height or weight or anything on, I think, Tayshawn Wood. Number 12, their quarterback, I don't.
At least we have his name, so we know his name. Here's the handoff. Nope,
Tayshawn is going to
keep
get
it, and he gets the 2-point conversion. So with 3 minutes left in the game, Franklin Pierce now jumps out to a 48-0 lead. We'll be right back after these messages. After this replay.
That's a nice smooth move right there by Tayshawn. Just, they're used to piling it in the middle. Let's just fake the handoff and take it outside. You probably don't have time to go to a break, though, now, because they're getting ready to kick off. So we'll stay right here. How about that?
Sounds like a good idea. 3 minutes left. The clock is stopped as both teams set up here for the kickoff after the FP touchdown. Of course, that touchdown came after a fumble, as I said, deep in Clover Park territory. The quarterback, Amari Green, had dropped back to pass and was under pressure. He was trying to get out and fumbled the ball as he was trying to escape. Picked up by Franklin Pierce, and then they took it in one play for the touchdown. 48-0 now, Franklin Pierce. And here is the ensuing kickoff by the Cardinals. That goes into the end zone for a touchback for Clover Park. They'll get the ball at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 there. Clock is moving with 2:50 left in the game. So, Ken pointed out, this is Oops.
Well, there is a penalty, and that's still a running clock, so got a dead ball personal foul on the Clover Park Timberwolves. Not sure exactly what happened there, but that's a 15-yarder, so that'll back them up 15 yards from that spot of that
Cameron Sasimoto into the game.
foul. And actually, it'll be half the distance because they're within the 30-yard line in which it happened.
So the ball will be placed at the 10-yard line.
Probably just a little bit of frustration there. You know, you're kind of getting your, you know what, handed to you. And can I say that on the air?
I was trying to figure out if I should ask you what did you know what? I don't know.
Well, you're getting handled, that's for sure.
Yeah. There comes in late for Clover Park. They're now set. Green hands off, and Castro, I think, is carrying the ball there out to about the 15-yard line. So about a 5-yard gain there brings up 2nd and 5 for Clover Park. Clock is now at 1:20, so we are winding this one down pretty quickly. Clover Park trailing here 48-0 to the Franklin Pierce Cardinals. So this will put the Cardinal record at 5-2. Pretty successful season so far for Franklin Pierce. As Ken mentioned, losing to, I believe, Enumclaw and Ording, who are
1-2 in the league.
1-2 in the league.
And they lost pretty handily to both of those teams. So it's interesting because Franklin Pierce is taking it to Clover Park. Clover Park is at 2-3 right now, but quite a battle. 3-3 overall, but 2-3 in the league. So, yeah.
Probably one more play here, and then I think that will wrap this one up. It's like 20 seconds, maybe.
I doubt if they'll. I don't think the back judge, who is out on the 40-yard line right now, is even going to care about what the time is. If he raises his hand, that means there's 5 seconds.
They do run the play, and it is a fumble, and it's going to be, I don't know what it's going to be. Oh, it's picked up by Green.
And he could go all the way. No way! Look at him go! He could go! Oh, my goodness. That would have been awesome just to see that. But
and the clock now hits 0, and that is the end of this ball game. What an exciting end. There was almost a touchdown.
Was good. We can watch this again.
This replay.
Never give up, man. Never give up. Keep going.
That ball's in the end zone when he picks it up.
He could. Oh, just hand it off behind him. So anyway.
He kind of lays like, rats.
Nice.
So, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to the crew from Bates Technical College MPC program for producing this game for us. Thanks to the players and the coaches' staff, to Wendy Mollage, Athletic Director at Franklin Pierce Stadium, Franklin Pierce School District. Thanks to Ken. Thanks to Ace for joining me. It's been great and fun. Hope to see you. We'll be back for one more game next week. And come out and see your high school players play the game at the stadium. It's a lot of fun.
It's a big game, by the way, next week with Franklin Pierce versus Washington. Serious rivalry, right?
I don't think it's yet, but
I mean, hey, they share the same stadium.
Yeah.
They aren't gonna.
That's in a couple weeks, the last game of the year. We're going to wrap it up here. Final score: Franklin Pierce 48, Clover Park nothing. Thanks for watching.